Hello, welcome back to Death Trick Double Blind. This is Picasso Plays playing with you. Let's just get straight into it. I believe we left off at a very important part. Yes, there was a robbery victim. I woke up in a corner behind the trains without my money or my clothes, but with some fresh head trauma. I think I was knocked out by a robber looking to make some extra cash. Okay, alright, don't worry about it. We'll deal with that later. At least this guy left me with the undershirt and shorts. And some dignity. I got up from the ground, slowly, cradling my forehead. As I stood up, something small fell to the ground. A bobby pin? Must have fallen out of my pocket when they took off my jacket. A tiny double-pronged hairpin. Useful if you are a woman trying to hold your hair in place. I use these every so often. Or if you're a detective that needs something inconspicuous to pick locks with. These were in short supply during the war, due to the metal rationing efforts. Now, freshly awakened, I stood awkwardly in my undergarments in a place I don't know. I took a peek around the corner. Thankfully, there doesn't seem to be that many people around. I stepped out from the back of the train cars and looked around. I have a feeling I'm not in San Francisco anymore. What was I doing in a circus of all places? I looked around to see if there was any passerby that can give me some much-needed information. Unfortunately, the whole wide field is occupied by nothing but the early autumn chill air. But I spotted something in the distance, a payphone booth next to the train station. Right, I can call Ruth. Hopefully she can tell me something about what case I was working on. I rubbed my arms for some heat and headed to the phone booth. Tulgi, isn't it really that cold? Is it really that cold, or is it just me feeling naked? I ducked into the phone booth and closed the door. There's a clock in the payphone booth. It's 10 in the morning. Time doesn't wait for anyone. In one time block, you only have limited chances to take action before the time runs out. This is measured by action points. You can see how many are remaining on the top left. Oh, okay. Performing actions such as using the collection to inquire or contradict will cost action points. So think strategically about what you want to spend your action points on. The time block will end automatically when your AP runs out, so don't forget to keep an eye on it. Alright, I should call Ruth and get a grip on the situation. Let's hope Ruth has some good news for me. At least tell me I have a hotel room nearby with some clothes or something. Shit, I'm an idiot. Of course I don't have a cent on me. Shit. No one around to help either. Maybe I'll get lucky and somebody forgot to collect their change? No dice. Okay, only one way left then. All I need is a groundless transmitter. The circuit will work just like if a coin has passed through it. I need something metal and small. The bobby pin. Okay. Dialing. What city, please? San Francisco, California, please. The number for Jones's Investigative Services. Jones on Market Street. Checking under Jones's Investigative Services. Jones on Market Street. Connecting. This is some old school connection. Hello, Jones's Investigative Services. How may I help you? Robbery victim? I think someone hit me in the head. Oh, sorry, are you okay? Are you looking for help? No, I'm fine, but they took all my stuff and my clothes. And I don't remember why I'm here. What day is it? It's Sunday the 21st. Then I think I don't remember the past few days. I'm sorry that happened, sir. But why are you calling this number? Do you need a PI's help? I'm afraid Detective Jones is busy with another case at the moment, so... Yeah, I know. Because I'm him. Detective Jones, I mean. What? Ruth, it's me. Seriously? Prove it. My birth date is June 6th, 1920. My favorite fruit is goat cheese with cranberries, and my middle name is Julius because my mom likes alliteration way too much. Mr. J, it's really you. I didn't even recognize your voice over the phone. Why didn't you just tell me it's you? What were you thinking? Sorry, just thought I'd break the news to you in a fun way. Fun, he said. You're insane. Anyways, what's the situation over there? You okay? Do you need me to call someone to help? No, I'm fine. I mean, I need to find something to wear real fast, and it's kind of getting cold out here. I think whoever hit me took the wallet too. Unless I have it with me, which seems unlikely, and my head kind of hurts. I think it might be a concussion. Can't be sure. I don't remember where I was staying and if I need money to get there, and I'm kind of fucked. I kind of made this call illegally too, since again I don't have any money on me, but it's just 2 cents. I'm sure the payphone company can survive it. So yeah, but other than that, I'm great. Sounds like quite a day. So the last thing I remembered was when I was in San Francisco, so I wager I missed a few days. I'm gonna need some catch up if you don't mind. Mr. J, with the amount of time your brain gets tossed around in your skull, it's a wonder you still have a mind left, let alone be a detective. Well, that's why I'm the best person for the job. You just tell yourself that. So I assume I'm here for a job. I remember something about a call from the Tulgi. That was like 4 or 5 days ago. Seriously? Whoever knocked you out must have got in a good hit. Alright. I think I know the basics. I can give you a basic rundown of the case. About the case. Wait, let me guess. Does the case have something to do with the circus by any chance? Good, so you did make it there. The circus magician, the amazing Hattie, is missing. Since when? Since Monday? So it's been about a week. About the client. So who's the client? Our client is Moses Morgan, the owner of Morgan's Magical Traveling Circus. Anything else we know about Mr. Morgan? Not much. He's not the usual P.T. Barnum type. From what I could gather, he's not really one for the spotlight, but he seems to have a good rep in the business. No one seems to have any big issues against him, which could either be a good sign or a very bad sign. Well, I guess you're going to find out. Why didn't they call the police? So the magician has been missing for almost a week. Why didn't they call the police? From what I understand, they did. So why me? Well, you'll have to ask the client himself. Okay, I guess I need to talk to the client as soon as possible. Or maybe I already did. What a thought. I can't well go see him dressed like this. Please let me know you know where I'm supposed to be staying at. Of course, it's not like you ever booked the room yourself. You are supposed to be staying at the motel nearby on Shermer Road. It's right next to the circus. You should find it with no trouble. Alright, that's the plan for now. Motel. Put some clothes on and then talk to the circus boss. I'll get on it. Thanks, Ruth. I'll see you when I get back to San Fran. And say hi to the thief for me. Don't let him steal too many sandwiches. Be careful. Wait until your mother hears about this, young man. I was hoping to avoid that. You should know better by now. That woman knows everything. At least hold off on tattling to her until I get the chance to do it myself, please. Sure. You're the boss. Wait, one more thing before you go. What? Be careful with doing your detective thing in a circus. Yep, we already covered that. My head will remain intact for the rest of this investigation, I promise. I don't mean be careful with yourself. That's a lost cause at this point. I meant be careful with the circus people. What do you mean? Look, I had a cousin who was in a circus back in the day. The carnies, it's almost like they have their own little secret society. They are insanely guarded to those that they see as outsiders. They'll cooperate if they have to, but they'll never actually tell you anything useful if they don't at least respect you. So don't go all the way in doing your thing. What thing? I don't have a thing. You know, you are you, and that might make them anxious. What does that mean exactly? I can hear a sigh into the phone. You know, you look like someone that might arrest them? But I'm not a cop. Just be more gentle, okay? Try to getting them to trust you. Easier said than done. I know. Circus secrets. Ruth told me that carnies are notoriously guarded to outsiders, thus making my investigation difficult. Never mind, I'm sure it will all work out. It usually does for you, although I have no idea why. Now, anything else? Anything else, boss? Nope. You better go then. Lots of work to do. Sometimes I think she only pretends to call me boss. I mentally prepared myself and opened the payphone booth door again. I peeked my head out to see if there's anyone around, but this time I spotted someone, holding something awfully familiar. That looks a lot like my wallet, and the stranger, the robber, probably is now looking through it. I approached quietly, formulating a plan in my head. He must be something like 6'4", with wide shoulders and arms like the barrel of cannons. As I'm moving closer behind him, it's like the sky has darkened with all the light he blocked out. No wonder he managed to knock me out. I'm not too egotistical to admit. I'd probably most definitely lose if I were to go up against him physically. And clearly I don't have any handy weapon on me. There's no one around to help either. That leaves me with very few options. Snatch a wallet? I dashed forward from behind and snagged the wallet right out of his hand. Hey! But before I was able to get away, he reacted in a blink and caught my wrist. That's when I got a chance to inspect his face. Despite his stature, he's obviously quite young, probably in his early 20s. He looks at me, clearly panicked, and not knowing what to say. It took him a full minute to come up with the words to respond. It's not right to take someone else's wallet. I almost couldn't believe myself with the irony of that line. Oh yeah? Well, didn't you learn that lesson? What does that mean? This is my wallet. You know it doesn't count as finders keepers if you robbed it from me, right? What are you talking about? I didn't take it from anyone. It was just on the ground over there by the train. I was just trying to check whose wallet this is. That makes a lot of sense, actually. Oh! I'm so sorry for the misunderstanding. He scratched his head and laughed it off, eyes now filled with concern. Hey, you don't worry about that. I'm sorry, what happened to you? I think someone knocked me out and took all my clothes and stuff. So when I woke up and saw you holding my wallet, well, in my defense, my head is still all fuzzy, probably because of the concussion. You sure this is your wallet? You checked inside, right? It probably has my name card in it, Jones Investigative Services from San Francisco. He opened the wallet and pulled out the card. When mystery surfaces, call Jones's Investigative Services. We really need a new slogan. And over there in the pocket there should be a photo of my cat. It says Thief on it. What does it say, Thief? That's his name. My friend found it funny because I'm a detective. He looked at the photo and smiled. Aw, little guy. His gaze lingered on the photo for a few seconds, but he still managed to put everything back into the wallet and hand it back to me. Well, sorry about that. Here you go. I looked inside the wallet. There's the name card, the photo, and surprisingly about $20 in cash with a few quarters lying around too. That's not a small amount of money. Probably a week's worth of salaries for an average worker. It's old and beaten down, but it's mine. Inside, there's a photo of my cat Thief and a name card for my office, Jones Investigative Services. Ah, a little more than $20 inside. There's still $20 in here. Yeah, you said you were robbed? Something doesn't make sense here. Sometimes you might realize the information you have doesn't add up. Someone might be lying, or you might be making the wrong assumptions. That's where another part of your collection, contradict, comes in. Choose 2 items from the collection that contradict each other to point out the logical inconsistency and get to the bottom of the questions. One more note, you'll still be presenting contradictions to people. Note who you're talking to. If they know nothing about what you're talking about, then the contradiction won't matter to them. Now that 2 pieces of information or evidence doesn't add up here, try using contradict in your collection to point them out. How do I use contradict? Robbery victim? Contradict? Ooh, robbery victim and my wallet. There is a contradiction. A robber looking for money definitely wouldn't have left more than $20 of cash in my wallet. Yes, I thought whoever did this must have been looking for money, but there's still cash in my wallet. That should be the first thing to take, right? Perhaps they didn't see the wallet fall to the ground and that's why they took my clothes, because they didn't manage to find any money. You said you found it by the train? Yeah, it was just out there. I don't think anyone would miss it if they were looking for it. I'm surprised someone else didn't find it and took it already. Actually, luckily not a lot of Circus customers come around here. Okay, interesting. So it might not be about the money at all. I should correct my previous theory. Mysterious attack. I woke up next to the train station by the circus without clothes and without some of my recent memories. Seems like someone whacked me really hard over the head, knocked me out, and took all my stuff except for my wallet, which still had money in it. What were they trying to do? If, let's say, this is not for the money, then for what? Maybe they are just trying to embarrass you, like a prank? Well, I am certainly embarrassed. Can you think of anyone who might have it out for you? Funnily, this is usually my line. Right, you are a detective. You can solve this case yourself, right? Maybe. My enemies, there are too many to count, really, but I don't think they'd let me off this easy. You call this easy? I'm still alive and no missing limbs or fingers, so yeah. It's almost like they are not targeting me personally. Maybe I had something important on me, some evidence, and they had to take it. I am more and more curious about this case at the circus. And speaking of the circus, there's one more thing I want to ask you. You work here, right? Yes, how did you... Well, the gloves and the cigars at first. I thought you've just been in a lot of knife fights. Because, you know, the robber thing. But once I realized that's not true, you also said not a lot of customers come around here. Which implies you are not one of them. Once I got that, well, a circus worker with a lot of scars, animal trainer is the obvious answer. That's so smart. Is that what detectives can do? Well, don't be too nice considering I got things very wrong on the first try. Sorry for the whole assuming you are a criminal thing, by the way. I blame the concussion for that. Oh, by the way, my name is Rolf. Our circus is called Morgan's Traveling Circus. Rolf is the animal trainer at Morgan's Traveling Circus. Of course he is. Looks like this won't be the last time I see him. Nice to meet you, Rolf, and you've seen my card. I'm a detective. People usually just call me Jones. Your boss is Moses Morgan, right? Yeah, have you heard of him? Well, you could say that. He's my client, actually, I think. He hired a detective. Oh, are you here about Hattie? I believe so. Oh, wait, what if whoever attacked you is... I won't make any assumptions yet, alright? This is just all such a mess. Well, if you are looking for a boss, he's always in a small square tent over there by the other end of the train car. But you should probably put on something first. Do you have anything to wear? I'll be fine. I think I have a motel room nearby with some of my luggage. And thanks to you, I have my wallet back, so I can get some clothes for myself if I need to. Alright, let me know if you need anything. He hesitated and offered quietly. I need to go, but you can come talk to me later if you want to. You can find me in the Big Top at 2 p.m. or Fair Area at 2 p.m. 1 p.m. at Fair Area at 2 p.m. I have shows scheduled then. Alright, I promise. Thanks for the help. Really, I appreciate it. I bid Rolf goodbye and turned around. This is going to be a fun walk. What was the address Ruth gave me again? Schumer Road? I made my way to the hotel, trying my best not to draw attention to my attire. Luckily, it was a quick walk. And I think everyone was too enthralled by the circus to pay much attention to a homeless-looking guy. The people at the hotel recognized me. I told them my key was stolen, so they gave me a new key to my room after they billed me for it, of course. With all the trouble and the humiliation, the physical peril this job better pays. Like Rockefeller himself hired me. I opened the door. My room seems undisturbed. I quickly put on some change of clothes and start surveying the room. The key to any good detective work is observation. When you see this magnifier icon on the left side, it means you can enter investigation mode. It will cost you 1 action point to enter investigation mode, but once you've started investigating, you can move your mouse around and look at everything else in the scene. All notable items will be highlighted when your mouse hover on them. Click on the item to get a detailed description. Sometimes, if something is particularly worth noting, they might be added as an item into your collection. When you are done, click on the exit icon to exit investigation mode. Finally, I never thought I'd miss the feeling of clothes on my skin so much. Most of my belongings are still lying neatly in the suitcase. I don't even remember what I packed. It looks like a few days worth of clothes and some sort of my tools. Ropes, handcuffs, binoculars, and the like. Don't think I need them on this occasion, though. Okay, don't need this. What is this? What's this? Some sort of flyer? I picked it up for a closer look. It's a flyer for the circus, Morgan's Traveling Circus. That's the one. There's an elephant and a dancing horse and an acrobat and a juggler and a Prominently displayed in the front, a dark-haired woman in a purple ruffled dress, holding a top hat. The text in front proclaims performance every night with a flowery signature from the amazing Hattie. I think that's our missing person. Added to collection. The light goes on. Generic hotel nightstand. First thing I checked was the drawers. They're all empty. Ashtray is conspicuously empty too. Either they cleaned it out, which would make them the motel with the best service in this continent, or I didn't even have time to enjoy a cigarette in the room. A map of the local area and a phone book. Looks like I was doing a little research upon arrival. My trusty trench coat. I'll put it on before I leave the door. It's good for a cold or rainy day. It's breathable and light. It blends in easily into the crowd, and perhaps most important of all, it looks great on me. And people wonder why my wardrobe is full of them. Oh, notebook. Magician, detective. Hattie. That's all I have. Office. Oh, Big Top. Where did he say he'd be at 1 o'clock? Oh. Okay. What is this? Oh, return. I think I'm done in here. Belongings, light, coat, table. Nothing else seems to light up. Okay. End of turn. Well. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. It's time to meet the client. Do I go to meet the client now? Or do I change characters? I don't know. It's 11. Oh. I'm now a magician. Okay, I'm going to take a pause here. And I shall be right back. Please like and subscribe, and the next episode will be out tomorrow. Toodaloo for now.